When I was a child, I had a recurring nightmare that I was a sack of sugar and that these people were chasing after me trying to make sugar cookies out of me, and I would wake up terrified and jump out of the bed far enough so that the spatulas underneath the bed couldn't get me. And I'd run into my mother's room and jump in bed with her, and I'd whisper, "Mom, I just had the food chain dream again." I had just learned about the food chain because my cat had eaten my pet gerbil. Gerbils are very low on the food chain. That's how my dad explained it to me, but I don't think they have nightmares about it or anything. I wasn't very comforted to know that we were basically at the top end of this circle, because I didn't really understand how you could be at the top of a circle. But my mom always made me feel a little bit better about it and sent me back to bed and told me not to worry about those food chain dreams any longer. The day my mom died, this woman that was helping us out, had brought us lunch, and she had brought us baked potatoes and bacon bits, and we were all sitting around eating our baked potatoes and bacon bits and watching my mother sleep. And I wondered what someone who's dying dreams of, and is it different from disease to disease, or someone just living and thereby dying? I don't know. We were all watching her breathe slowly, and my brother said, I think she's really dying. And so we all put down our baked potatoes and bacon bits, and I, being the youngest, climbed in bed with her and under the covers, and I held on to her tightly and whispered, "Don't leave me." But she breathed out. And nobody in the room said anything. I think we were all just waiting for her to take a breath back in. And then the lady who had brought us the baked potatoes and bacon bits for lunch, she leaned her head in, and I don't think she realized what had just happened, and she said, "Can I have the bacon bits?" And my brother sort of absently handed her the bacon bits, and she said, "Thanks." And she left, and we all just sort of sat there silently until my dad started to laugh, and then we all started to laugh, and my dad said, "They don't even really taste like bacon. They taste like shit." That's the only time I ever heard my dad swear. Later, after the guy came and took my mother's body away and told me I shouldn't hold her hand anymore because soon the blood begins to settle and coagulate around your fingers, it makes an odd indentation. Apparently, it's very hard to cover with makeup. He didn't notice that I checked to see if my hand was forever imprinted in hers. Even later, though, still the same day, although you'd never really know it, my sister was humming that Peggy Lee perfume song, and I started singing, "Bring home the bacon, fry it up in a pan, and never ever let you forget you're a man, 'cause I'm a woman." I love that song. Anyway, my nephew was born 3 weeks later on Mother's Day. We're all there watching as my sister was screaming, and then she gave birth to this blob of goo, and I watched as this little blob took in that breath that my mother had breathed out. And he suddenly turned into this being, and I realized how you could be at the top of a circle.